Hi everybody, this is Kelly, also known on Twitter as KellyAnn1977. I am on my second week of school. I have 12 classes, 12 weeks. So this is week 2. I ended up being late with one of my assignments for my science class. I'm taking environmental issues this semester. I just couldn't get everything done on time. I was too sick Saturday and Sunday with my IBS to try to sit down at my computer and do 1 to 2 pages. APA format. I consider it an essay. But I did end up getting all my math done Thursday. Well, I guess you could say Friday at 2 o'clock in the morning. Because I had my company left at 6:30, then I sat down and I did all my work. I did extra credit, I did 3 chapters, and I did the actual homework that we get graded for. Now, you can't get the homework done unless you do the work in the workbook that's not graded. And there's videos that I watched that explain everything to me, and some of them maybe 10 minutes long, and other ones can be 34 minutes long, just on 1 or 2 pages. But we won't have double chapters in my math class anymore. So Tuesday I sat down and it took me 2 hours to write my essay. And I ended up getting, for the 2 discussions my first week, hundreds. And for the assignment, I ended up getting an 88. So I don't know if she ended up taking points off. She gave people a couple extra days to get the assignment in. So far in that class, I have a 96. My math class, I have the extra credit. I got a 62%. The 2 discussions, this also includes the replies. And then the classroom work, and then Tuesday my grade on my test, I ended up getting an 82 for my first quiz. You get 2 attempts, so right now I have an 86, which isn't bad because statistics is not easy, and because of my dyslexia I have a hard time with word problems, and that is what statistics is. You have to understand what you're reading, what you're looking for, and what you need to do. So I'm going to do the second assignment of homework. I just wanted to get my posting done today, since it's Thursday, for my science class, because I have until Saturday to get my first posting in my math class, where I can ask a question, I can answer people's questions, or I can go ahead and just do, on certain pages, pick a question and answer it. And I did 1 reply in my science class. I only have to do 1 more reply. So we learned this week about invasive species and how some species are supposed to be here, my state, Vermont. How some were accidentally introduced, or some were introduced on purpose. So I was going to do the Asian clam again, but I've done that before in other classes. So I decided to do the zebra mussel. I think that's how you say it. That is not from Vermont, but is now in Vermont, along with the Asian clam. The zebra mussel will go after other mussels who are native to try to kill them so that they can live there. They're supposed to eat algae. That is their food. But they will go after native mussels for some reason. Don't know why. So I ended up talking about that. I talked about when they got introduced in Vermont, when we first noticed them, which was in 1993. But they started showing up in Canada and the United States in 1988. So it didn't take too long for them to actually migrate and go to other places. They are an invasive species. They close down businesses, power plants for months at a time. They get into your plumbing and they eat holes in it, or they clog it. So when you go to, like, say, flush a toilet, whoa, water's everywhere. And Asian clams do the same thing. They're quite similar to each other, even in size, and they are really, really sharp. So if you step on them, you will need stitches. This is another reason why they can be dangerous. If kids are playing in the water, you can't see these, just like you can't see the Asian clams. And you're playing in the water. I used to do it all the time. If I sat down, I mean, my whole butt would be cut up. My whole leg would be cut up. So they are very dangerous. So I took a picture of them attacking another mussel, and I added a picture that explains a little bit more about why they're dangerous for humans and how you can take them without knowing with you. So bait buckets, you want to get rid of all your bait when you're done. You don't want to keep it, use it another time, because you don't know what's going to be in there. So it's very good just to go ahead and throw that stuff away when you're done. Properly cleaning your boat and leaving it out of the water for 21 days before you put it back in. Now, a lot of people really want to do that. They can get into your motors and your tanks. They clamp on to the bottom of the boat, so if you don't know. So there's different ways that we do bring them. And they are from Russia and Europe. And they came over, more than likely, on the bottom of a boat. You just need one, just like Asian clams, to reproduce. And they can reproduce yearly 100,000 to 500,000 babies. So that's a lot. There's not much that we can really do for out in the water to take care of them. But if they do get into a water system tank or something like that, we can use pesticides to kill them. But it's too dangerous to use it in open water, of course. And they can do anywhere between $500,000 to $5 million in damage to homes, businesses, power plants, water plants, things like that. So hopefully I answered all the questions that she wanted us to, and the 2 pictures explain a little bit more. I had 2 sources. She wants at least one outside source from what we're reading, or videos. We had 4 videos to watch. It was about an hour long. So I feel like I did pretty good. I answered one person who was talking about possums. She was talking about Virginia possums that actually are out in Vermont at the moment. And they eat ticks, and they like to go after the ticks that have Lyme disease. And this helps moose and deer stay alive because these ticks will kill them. So I just gave a little example of what I went through in Rhode Island when I was 8 years old, where she said they're not vicious, but they will hiss at you. They'll put their tail up to act like they're being aggressive towards you, but they actually will not attack. Well, I wanted to make her know that that's not true, because in the city, they attack, and they have rabies, and they are vicious. And everything's on Earth for a reason, to help something. So, like, the zebra mussels are here to eat the algae so we don't get algae bloom. But they just don't like other mussels, and they know the difference. So hopefully I do good on that. I have an assignment I need to do about the pros and cons of the endangered species list. Do I agree? I have to do research. Do I agree with it? Are there things I would do different to help other people? I did learn, which I thought I did include, the zebra mussels, you are not allowed to transport them, to have them at a pet or anything like that, to sell them, to even bring them to another country, which I believe that would be the same thing as transporting, but they have that there too. And it's actually a misdemeanor if you get caught doing it. If it's for educational purposes, you have to have a legal permit to be able to do that. So that's something that I just learned because I did not know that. Um, so happy Thursday, everybody. I just did a little bit of housework. I got a vacuum, doing laundry, trying to get everything done. My husband's on his way home from school. We're helping our son and daughter just with dog food and normal things like that, household goods, just to help them out, because she still can't work. She just had the baby 3 weeks ago, and she's waiting for her unemployment, but you don't get that right away from having a child. You do have to wait. So he's going over to another McDonald's to work, which is good for him, but still $11 an hour is not a lot of money. So we're going to do our best to be able to bring him into work in the morning, but he's going to have to try to do something to get home because we can't do everything. We don't have gas money for that, and we still haven't gotten our state taxes. And now we're getting low on money because it's been like 16 weeks. So, I mean, we've got bills to pay too. The truck needs $1,000 of work into it. Just regular maintenance to keep up with it so it doesn't break down on us. Especially in October because we're going to go drive down to Florida for our honeymoon and our birthdays. So we kind of need the truck to be fixed and be outstanding quality and what it needs to be. But we'll continue to try to help them as much as we can. And I hope everybody has a great day. And I did post 2 vlogs on my pets, and I posted Dead Rising 4 Part 8 today. I probably have maybe another 2 weeks of recorded videos for you guys, and I'm hoping Saturday or Sunday when my husband goes to his tournaments that I will be able to do a few hours of recordings, so I can just keep up and keep baking my recordings for you guys. So any questions, please leave them down below. I have 2 questions for my next Q&A. I would like to have about 6 of them this time. And that would be my 3rd one. So any questions, please do not hesitate to let me know. Thank you guys. Have a great Thursday.